Next up, we're going to have Shane Bailey with BSA, Building Science Authority. Shane and I have known each other since 2017. So Shane and I have worked together on Hurricane Irma claims and also Hurricane Ian, and we've been friends ever since. Shane is a wealth of knowledge, and Shane is going to be talking tonight about hurricane preparation and what you guys should be doing. So everyone give a big round of applause for Shane Bailey.
Thank you. Can you hear me? All right, we're going to be a little more interactive. I'm Shane Bailey. I have a forensic engineering firm, and I'm just going to need about an hour and a half to break down a forensic building envelope for you. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to talk to you about what we're really here to talk about today. How many of you have an insurance policy on your home currently, home or building? Show of hands. Currently have an insurance policy. All right, show of hands. How many of you know what it says? Right, and herein lies the rub, as they always say. Our insurance companies used to be for us, not against us, but now they answer to what's called their shareholders. They don't answer to you anymore. But if you don't know what's in your insurance policy, you're opening the door for them to deny your claim because you don't know what it says. So Chris got up and he said something that kind of floored me. He's willing to, for free, explain your insurance policy to you. One, that will show you any deficiencies or places that you need to insure better. Another is he will be able to tell you like what the insurance company will do given the type of insurance policy you have. So I'm going to give you some statistics. After Hurricane Michael, the National Institute for Insurance said that all of the claims in Panama City, just Panama City, all the claims were paid out at 60, so out of the 100% filed, 60% of those were paid out. So if you filed a claim, you were one of 60, you got some money. What was worse is they said out of those people that they paid, 60% is what they paid on the claim. So if you had a $100,000 claim, you got 60. Where'd the other 40 come from? All right, I won't go into all the boring statistics of the algorithms that the insurance company has that know exactly the square footage of your home and how long it's going to take you to give up after they keep denying you. They actually have that algorithm. But what happened was, I'll give anyone in here, throw this question, I'll buy you a drink if you can tell me. What was their number one reason for denial through Hurricane Michael? What was that? I couldn't hear you, I'm sorry. Pre-existing condition. So what's interesting about that, a lot of people don't know this. If I have a claim and I file for that, there are attorneys and PAs out there that once you get a no, they'll just walk away from you. However, savvy people will say, okay, I don't want to file a hurricane claim, but no one does it. And the insurance company goes like this. And so we got to know the rules, play by the rules, and use the rules to our advantage. Now, what I do, you almost have to have double duty in this business. You have to know a lot about your job, and then you have to understand how to put it together the right way for the PA or for the law group to take it on. And so that's so important on who you choose. So the first thing I would like to really stress is know what your policy is, and then choose the people who do catastrophic loss. Company ABC Mold, they don't know. They do mold once every 2 years when a hurricane comes through, or on a daily basis, and they're not insurance driven. Make sure they know about insurance work. That's a big one. The denial base is you do not have, that damage is not related to a storm. And why do you think that is? Let me pose that in a different way. You're required under your insurance policy to document your building. Either hire someone or do it yourself. And if you don't do that, and I come in and I'm Joe insurance guy, and I say, oh, this damage over here is old. How do you know? Right? You haven't documented. However, conversely, let me give you the other side of that coin because this is good news. If you document your building, you can show them, this wasn't here before the storm. Here's the picture. We get that a lot with roofs, windows, which you're going to hear from some window people here. Windows, roofs are your big one. Believe it or not, your interior. The problem with the interior is I get it flooded out, right? And I say I have 7 Rolexes. I have 1, right? I'm lying, right? So why aren't you documenting those things? So what I'd like to stress to you is the number one person that's going to get you denied is yourself. And we don't want that. Plus, it makes my job harder. If I come in and I bring Chris in or I bring Cohen Law and I give them a package that's going to just get the insurance company, I can only do that if you've done your work. So I would beg you, literally beg you, know what's in your insurance policy. Find someone who'll go through it and take a look at it for you. Someone who's not your agent. And I hate to say it that way, but we're not here to beat up the insurance company. It's just a real fact of life. Please find, if even half the people in this room tonight found and utilized a free exam of your insurance, we would really do the building a favor after this storm coming season. Because I'm going to tell you, this storm season that they're talking about, they have at least 5 or 6 scheduled to hit the ground. So remember, know the rules, play by the rules, use the rules to your advantage. If you have a building, you must find out how you're insured, and if you don't, shame on you. We don't want to say that to anyone. We want to make sure you do the right thing. Does anyone have any questions? That's all I really have. Anyone? No one? Good. Good, the point got through. Thanks. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So, real quick, you mentioned documentation. So in this room here, we have an attorney, we have a couple public adjusters out here. Can you explain why it is important for documentation and having that documentation for when somebody's hiring a public adjuster, an attorney, or a contractor, why they have this documentation?
That's a good point. You know, if you're going to the expense, we understand what the attorneys and PAs go through. And just like any industry, you have great PAs and attorneys, and you have bad ones. But they're not able to, they'll still take your claim a lot of times, but you limit them on their ability to get your claim paid. So it's so important that you give them the documentation. They need to do their job. And I would say that would be the perfect way to tell them, here's all the documentation I have. All the receipts, even of your computer. Any China is the other one that we get hit a lot. We have a person, all they do is contents, and you won't believe how many people's great-grandmother handed down to China. They've never documented it. There's no way to ever get the money back. It's probably worth tens of thousands of dollars. But remember, the onus lies on you. We can't make you. We can only beg you to do it. Anything else?
All right, anybody got any other questions?
Yes.
So what is the best way to document, the roof, the interior, all these different things?
Building envelope, I'll be honest with you, hire a company. If you don't hire us, hire someone. Hire a roofer to get up on your roof. Make sure that that's taken care of. Even better yet, if you have tile roof, hire someone that has a drone. Have them look, that's a qualified investigator. Pay a little bit of money up front. It will save you tons of money on the end. I don't know if you guys are realizing they have now amortized your roof. Doesn't matter how good it is, at the end of 15 years, you're done. So if you get this ahead of time, you can prove the condition of your roof. You can prove the condition of your windows. Imagine we get all your windows paid because you took pictures of them beforehand. And then we were able to come in and show you what that looks like on the after side, on the back side of that. Take pictures of your internals. That's easy to do. Walk around with either one of those video cameras or just take pictures with your own. Store them up in the cloud. Make sure you have a good password. Yes, ma'am. Well, I mean, honestly, how bad do you want to cover your property? Internally every year. I would say internally every year. I'm sorry, yeah. Okay. Some of us in the industry, we use forensic weather reporting. So we can tell you the last time your building was hit with 65-mile-an-hour wind and how long that was sustained. Okay, anyone of their ilk up here, I'm telling you, anyone, better pull a forensic weather report to know exactly what's going on in your, and by the way, we can go back. We can go back. So if you had your roof replaced after, let's say, Ian, and then we have another storm, and you documented, now we can go back and the insurance company is going to say, well, hey, that's Ian. No, it's not. We had a roof replacement. Oh, and by the way, here's the pictures of that. What we're doing is we're tying their feet together so they can't do what they normally do to you. And they don't like it. They hate it. That's why you need people like us. Yes, ma'am.
So, because we just went through it, and so many people are having trouble getting stuff paid for, what do you think another heavy storm season will do for those same claims?
I missed the last part. I'm sorry.
What do you think another heavy storm season will do to those claims?
It gives the insurance more power to deny your claim. One, if we are not keeping up to date with this, it's just easy for them to start picking out. And by the way, some of them, they're really good at their job too, you know? And so they're able to pick out things, flashing around the roof, you know, gaskets around a window. I mean, my word, we can tell you what we see all the time, and you let it go because no one thinks their windows have gone through anything. We got an expert's going to come up and tell you about the windows and the coefficients. They're all bad. My house, when we went through Irma, I didn't realize all my windows were bad after that because they don't meet and exceed the data set forth by the window manufacturer of being, they actually fail according to that data. So if you don't know that, you're not going to get windows paid. So with this oncoming storm, we kind of got a hiccup with Irma, and then Ian hit. Even that span of time really hurt a lot of large buildings, hurt a lot of churches like this because they didn't document. Enough time went on, the insurance company said that was the previous storm. So know the building, take pictures of your building, hire someone that knows what they're doing and has storm experience for the exterior of your building. And that'll help you out. Windows and doors and roof, really, is where it's at.